What up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what time it is. Come on, baby. Let's drop this beat.
Drew on the keys, so this shit not.
What up, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. This is what episode 24 in the building.
No,
Episode 24. Got my man Willie Beeman in the house. What's up? What's happening with you, Shotty?
cool like a motherfucker, you know.
Okay,
Cool like a
all right.
motherfucker.
Cool.
Last week I forgot to say we did 23. We hit Mike, you know what I'm saying? MJ status. This week,
Ah,
we're gonna go second half Kobe.
Mamba style on him. Yeah,
Mama
yeah,
style.
true.
There you
So is
go,
the
Mama style.
Mamba style. Shout out Mamba though. Rest in peace.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
again, G, he's still down there in Dallas training camp, man, trying to, you know what I'm saying, it's preseason, trying to see what them Cowboys gonna do. I did see a clip with Ezekiel Elliott getting the shit knocked out of him. He got hit with that hit stick hit. So G ain't with us tonight. So shout out to G Money out there. We miss you. We can't wait for you to come back. It's football season, fantasy football season. So I know you want to talk your shit. So we waiting for you to come back to talk your shit.
Let's do
So
it.
shout out to my big homie G, our brother in podcast, man. We miss you and we see you soon. Let's jump into a few of these topics though. Y'all know how I do when I get on the mic. Pause. Y'all know I do that big deal of nine. So we gonna start it off on some goat talk.
We looking for
Serena,
pauses today?
huh?
Are we looking for pauses today?
I don't know. They come sporadically. They like, draw fours and shit. They just they you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Okay.
but let's talk some GOAT talk. Serena Williams, earlier this week, she announced that she will be stepping away from the game of tennis. She said she released a statement. She said, I never liked the word retirement. Maybe the best word to describe what I'm up to is an evolution. I'm here to tell you that I'm evolving away from tennis toward other things that are important to me. Willie, this is a big deal or not? Serena stepping away from the game.
Yeah, big deal. Big deal. Anytime we lose, well, not lose, but anytime somebody, like you said, not doesn't like those words, but retire, like you said, shit, go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
definitely.
most definitely gonna feel her presence gone. It's been it's been a hell of a run. Like so many athletes. In this day and time, we have been so blessed and fortunate to see athletes have longevity that we haven't seen. Throughout history, I would say at such a high capacity of athletes having these longevity and these long careers, man. But yeah, big deal. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
goat gone. She got a little bit ugly in the face, but it
Oh
was
shit, man.
back there below the waist what most people was attracted to. But she scared me these days. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, baby. She got like
Oh
scary. She
shit,
looks scary as fuck right now, baby. I don't know what the fuck going on with Serena, but love you.
man. This dude wild as shit, man. Nah, so they so fucking wild, man. So they said, so she said she's not done just quite yet. She's going to retire after the U.S. Open, which goes into late August into September. She's currently, trying to work her way back so that she can, dominate get back to her dominating status on the court. She recently was in the National Bank Open where she just lost in the first round to, I'm gonna butcher this name, to a young lady by the name of Belinda Bencic. This young lady, she's from Switzerland. She's ranked 12th in the world, I believe. And she beat Serena back in 2015 in this same tournament as well. And she was, you know, she was at that point in time, she was noted for being one of the youngest or the youngest player to actually beat Serena Williams. So Serena trying to, she's trying to work her way back into the, into her groove or whatever. And she
This
plays.
is her second first round outing since she came back from her injury.
Oh, Willie, man. I think
I'm
so.
just trying to make sure.
I believe so. I think so.
Because she was in like, what was that she got?
She was in Wimbledon. She was in
okay.
Wimbledon, and she took the first round L, man. So
okay.
yeah, it's tough. I know we was all rooting for Serena. Still rooting for Serena. Hopefully these matches will help her get back into, where she can go out on top. So, we definitely want to see her go out, winning that trophy. So,
It's interesting. That's interesting because it seemed like she trying to go out, like you said, on top. She was. Anyway, go out on top. Want to go out with a bang.
I'm with it.
If she don't hit that spot, will she keep coming back until she feel like it's fulfilled?
I don't think so. I think with all GOATs, we've seen Tom Brady come back. We've seen Jordan come back. We see GOATs come back because they missed that game.
Yeah.
Passion. I don't know if that's gonna work for tennis. G is the tennis expert. You know what I'm saying? He, give us the tennis insight. So, but I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work with Serena, man. Like I think she's been battling injuries and things like that. Like she said, she's evolving. She's a mom. She's got different things. So different side hustles going, I should say. I don't know. She might try to come back maybe once, but I think she'll hang it up for sure. Like I think after this go round, she'll hang it up. You know what I'm saying? For good.
G would tell us that she like one Grand Slam away from.
I got you though.
Okay.
Even though G ain't here, I'm gonna give you some stats though. She's a few quick. She's won a career 73 single titles, and she's won 23 career double titles. So she's actually 2 Grand Slam titles away from breaking the record. So if she wins the U.S. Open, she will tie Margaret Court for the most Grand Slams. And if she happens to come back, or if she continues to play after and she wins another one, then she will break the record. So that's if she wins the U.S. Open, bro. I'm sure the U.S. Open will probably break record number viewership because everybody wants to see Serena like on her last go round. I know I do. I'm gonna try my best to watch it if I can.
I just hope she don't get knocked out the first round.
But that's why she practicing. It's like her, preseason. We talking about football a little later. She trying to get back into the groove of things. Willie, we gotta be positive, babe.
I'm positive. I'm very positive. I'm just saying. I just hope she don't go out the first round. I personally believe it's kind of like, I don't know if I explain myself, but it's kind of like she trying to get a nut off. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm done with you. I'm trying to bust a nut real quick, but But she trying to leave, but she's like, before I leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been good to me, and I want to bust this nut off real quick with you. So she'll get that nut, and she coming back, and make me think she gonna come back, but I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see if
that's gotta be the fucking wildest comparison, bro. Like
that's how. I don't know.
Oh man,
we gonna see. Even as a competitor, I don't know. I just feel like that's what I heard. She like, I will come back one more Grand Slam. We know she won away from time. It's just I don't know. This is how it goes sometimes.
She said she want the record. She said she want the record. She want the record bad. Like she won it. So I'm not saying you wrong. I just like the comparison, which is funny as shit. But so if she gets this win, it's definitely a high probability that she'll probably come back to get, you know what I'm saying? She might take a little time off, you know what I'm saying? Like a year, rehab, do whatever she got to do, and then try one more time, you know what I'm saying? In a Grand Slam, or, but these youngins coming after, these youngins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. I
They
know it.
ain't bullshitting.
I know it.
They ain't bullshitting. They ain't making it easy. And this young lady, she just probably
Hell,
lost two.
nothing about a Serena, a Venus, a Margaret, none of them. They said we covered. We got
Yeah, we
now,
coming.
not next.
Ah man, I wish I could say the Drake line when he talked about AI. God damn it, man. When he said you got a man, fuck it. I ain't even gonna try to say it. Basically, he said you gotta go at basically to get respect, you gotta go
You
at your
got
rivals and beat your rivals. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So, but
yeah. I mean, that's a thin line to walk for a lot of people. They don't quite still. Don't, even when you get it, you don't quite get it. You know what I'm saying? Because especially you've been taught to respect your elders for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But at the
you
same
get on
time,
that court.
we're
You
not
feel me?
elders right now. You understand? We doing the same thing here. So I'm coming for you. So
Coming for
I can
that.
dig it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this though. On your GOAT list, where does Serena rank on your GOAT list? If you had to go
In just the category of tennis, or
just in sports, in sports, where does Serena rank in your GOAT on your GOAT list? Like,
in the top 10, between 5 and 10, I don't think she will all be up there at 10. She like 5 or 7.
okay, all right, we'll get into a little bit of that later. But I just wanted to ask. She definitely, for me, I think she top five. But you know, we'll definitely get into that conversation
Yeah,
when
I
G
did a
get
quick
back.
scan and I came up with 3, 4 easily ahead of
Okay,
her. So that's why I said she probably ain't gonna go too far out of 10, too far out of 10 though. But
okay, all right, cool. All right, well, we're gonna see what Serena do. Like I said, she plays next week as well. She plays in the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati. So we're gonna keep an eye on Serena, see what she do. And leading up to the U.S. Open and see what she do in the U.S. Open. And G can give us some more tennis breakdown and how that go. So
yeah.
from one goat to one possibly potential debatable goat, Kevin Durant, KD, my man KD, man. Some
Hey,
will
check it out.
argue,
Check
some will
it out.
argue he goats.
Check it out real fast. Check it out real fast. Right, I was at TV1 Urban Honors. They the first two they was doing the annual joint. TV1 Urban Honors. Uh, Shout out Cappy Hughes. I even get, but shout out Cappy Hughes, TV1 Urban Honors, and everything like that. But then there's a show. They did an award show and shit that
Okay,
TV1 started doing. Then they like the second year, they have it like it's be local and everything. I think it was out MGM, out the MGM somewhere around that way,
okay,
right? And so
all right,
anyway, long story short, they doing the show and during the middle of it, or during intermissions or whatever I don't know what the fuck it was, but I got different people coming out that's not really
right,
taping on the show, entertaining the crowd or whatnot. So
uh-huh,
they was having a debate. You know what I'm saying? I think it was about Kobe,
yeah,
Mike, and
KD
LeBron. And
and
LeBron
K,
would get thrown in there. It was a crowd. Everybody dressed up nice and shit. And somebody holler out KD. Or somebody like KD. Who said KD? His mama. It was KD mama in the Jay. KD mama said he the GOAT. But yeah. So
yeah.
it ain't arguably in some eyes, he's the GOAT. And
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. When you go in the barbershop, this era it can go a lot of different ways. You can go LeBron, you can go KD, you can go Steph. You can go.
yeah.
It all depends on what you consider your goat. It all depends on how
Oh
that
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
So that's why I say because somebody be like, hey, he ain't the goat. That nigga ain't the goat. Whatever. So but hey. KD, I fuck with KD, but this situation right here, man.
We gotta get to it. Okay, we can get to it.
Man, KD last week, man, he met with the owner of the Brooklyn Nets out in London. KD said, "Look, this is what it's gonna be, right? It's either me or it's the GM Steve Marks and Steve Nash, they both gotta go, or I'm out of here, right? The GM, the owner said, "Oh yeah, that's what you say. That's what you think." Owner went on Twitter and said, "Fuck you." Nah, he went on Twitter and basically said, "Look, I support, the management and everything. I support the team, the management that we have here." Basically saying that I'm not getting rid of Sean Marks and Steve Nash. So basically said, "Fuck KD, fuck your ultimatum. This is what it's gonna be. We're not trading you, or we're not firing the coach, and we're not firing the general manager. So, you know, you might have to just play here, bro." So, Willie, I'm gonna ask you, because KD just signed a 4-year, $198 million extension, and he just entered the first year of that. So, is this a big deal or not? KD ultimatum. He might not go nowhere. What we doing here?
I'm put on my shades, my
Oh
dog.
shit,
I'm
two
put on my
tone,
shades,
two
two tone.
tone. Oh
I'm
shit.
putting my shades, KD. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to shade you or nothing like that, but I would just, I would try to get to it. I don't know. One hand, I'm always player first. One hand, I'm always like, fuck that, get yours. Have her. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, as they said, closed mouth don't get fed.
On this
And
boulevard.
you know, secondly, they say what's the worst a person can do if you ask but say no. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes, like we were kind of like talking off camera, you gotta have different mentalities where you go take shit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that 50 Cent, gorilla mentality. They had back in the day. You gotta go take shit, and even when you do that, people coming for you.
Yeah.
That shit like some that shit like weird. I always say it's weird, but a motherfucker this call out motherfuckers gonna get respond. Just stop everything. That shit weird. That shit weird. But anyway, so sometimes you gotta go take it, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we look at the history and the atmosphere of what business is and what organizations and owners and every motherfucking body else have done, historically over time. So I'm always playing first. Like fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You ain't happy here, you feel like you worth, enough. Cause somebody eventually I think will pay or do whatever they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We talking about money here, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about money that exchange all the motherfucking
Every
time,
day.
you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of paper that they can exchange around if they really want to exchange it around. But so on that hand, I'm like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We on that bully shit, basically, is what Katie on. Katie on this bully shit. Katie stay on this
Hey.
bully shit, his crybaby shit, however you want to look at it. Katie, like, it's Katie world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is Bobby's world. This is Katie's world. You understand? Like, so I'm with it in that sense. But and where you got to kind of take some accountability is, like you said, you got to look at it and you got to be like, okay, I did ask to put myself in this situation. I did ask for others to come and be in this situation with me. I've done this so much. People already say, Katie doesn't have it. A lot of people say soft. A lot of people say sold out for when they went to Golden State. A lot of motherfuckers got a lot of things to say about KD. But one thing I love about KD is he don't seem to really give a fuck what a motherfucker think about him. He may respond to some shit, but his movements say, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I'm gonna do me and be me regardless. Like I
Well,
said, he may respond to some shit, but if he actually cared, he would move differently. But he still moved like this is KD's world. And KD's gonna do and get what KD want.
yeah,
He
like
He just do. He did. Like I said, he may respond to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they just. I think he got a lot better though. I do think he got a lot better opposed to how he used to always go back and forth with motherfuckers. It was
with the
always some type.
burner, with the burner
With
account on Twitter.
whatever he would respond, and I remember his brother was in the mix. They was like very viral on some like damn, like y'all need to kind of like relax a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do, but everybody shouldn't be hearing about this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, like I said, you want to move on your bullshit, move on your bullshit, but they were just moving like doing a little bit too much where they was always being talked about. They was always in the media. They was always going viral and shit. And I don't
Yeah.
really see it like that, but I don't really be paying attention to it like that either. So, but they could be, but they don't really seem like they out there like that. But KD really just seemed like, hey, man, like, whatever. I'm KD. Arguably, like you said, the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I would say most people, especially in this day and time, going to put him in top five. So you're telling me the top five greatest players of all time? That's just like Mike, but it was a different atmosphere. It was a different way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? If Mike would have been like, if those players would have been like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike would have been like, come on, man. Like Mike, they just moved differently. But Mike had the same privileges. I only want to say that because Mike had the same privileges. Magic had the same privileges. Shaq had the same privileges. They
When it
just took
comes
it
to
to
these type of situations, like I don't know what went left with this KD situation. I don't know if it was with the situation how it was handled with Kyrie. It's reports that
he know they ain't winning overall. He know they ain't winning in Brooklyn.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. But they got a decent. They have a pretty legit squad. If he returns to the squad and plays like you know what I'm saying, they got a decent. They got a pretty good squad on paper. But they do need to fill the center spot. But it's just like this trade came from out of the blue. Like I said, like back even when he requested it the first time, last year he just got an extension. So what has swayed between that period of time?
You have Harden left.
You had Harden left.
For whatever reason. You got
and they got swept. Kyrie in the COVID shit.
And then you got Kyrie. You know, he's talking about wanting to be in LA and not wanting to really be there. So I think it could be multiple things. But you know,
but man, like, look, man, like, KD, my man, but they gave everything KD wanted, right? They gave him everything to keep him there. They gave him the money. They gave him Harden. I read reports that
you know what he gonna do.
He didn't want Nash, but he didn't necessarily say he wanted Nash from what I read, but he also was like, cool, I'll take Steve Nash. He had a relationship with Steve Nash before he was the coach. So, so now they saying, hey, your trade value has decreased even worse since you came out and said, like, it's either me or them. So it's like, now, what do we do? So does KD hold out? Is KD gonna play? Like, how the fuck is that gonna go down? Like, what do we do now? You know what I'm saying? Now he talking about he open to going to Philly, reuniting with James Harden. They squashed whatever little beef they had. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like,
I mean, like I said, KD is an exceptional basketball player. You know, like stated, but he's an exceptional basketball player. He's been there for a while. He's been amongst the greatest, the top for a while. They gonna continue to give KD what KD want. Like
and that's cool. Like, not to cut you off, like even with Kyrie, it's been reports like Brooklyn is kind of making amends with Kyrie. They paying, they sponsoring shit for Kyrie and things like. So they rebuilding that bridge with Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? We just had some, we just need a little bit of straightening. You know what I'm saying? I don't think KD's gonna get traded. I think he's gonna have to at least play 2 to 3 of them 4 years. Like, Brooklyn is just asking for, like, with all the trades.
I don't know what's in those contracts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Man, Rudy, after the Jazz traded Rudy Gobert and they made all them that crazy ass pick, made that trade with all them draft picks and shit. And now Donovan Mitchell talking about the Knicks almost offering like 5+ draft picks for Donovan Mitchell. Like, dog, ain't no team finna break up they squad for, as good as KD is for 2, maybe 3 good years. Like, I don't know, man. They gotta work that shit out.
And I feel you, and I do think KD is on this side of the mountain.
Okay.
He's coming down, not up the mountain. He's coming down the mountain for sure. But I still think KD's gonna get what KD wants.
You think he's gonna get traded?
I think something's gonna happen, or he's not gonna play. I mean, I don't know. I don't
You
think
think
he'll
he gonna
play.
hit the Ben Simmons on us? You think he gonna
I
my
think he
mental
may.
health and sit out for a year?
I think he may. I think he showed that he don't care what people think about him. So it ain't like he gonna give a fuck what nobody think about him if he says. But I don't know, because at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's different. It's a little bit different atmosphere. Like I keep saying that we living in. You know what I'm saying? We're not living in like they call shit toxic these days. Like toxic relationship, toxic masculinity. All I read about is shit being toxic. And I hear people talking about not well, basically they talk about things being toxic, and that's all I hear. And it's not like a time where people will work or live or be in situations that they felt like was toxic. You know what I'm saying? With this feminine energy, it's not really bound to stay. If man. But seriously, like we talked about off camera, when I was saying that I really think that feminine energy is the dominant energy in this day and time, and not masculinity. So it's not really. It's kind of designed to be like, okay, whatever. That prima donna shit. Whatever. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be next to somebody that I don't feel. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not even. I play with it like that, but it ain't even like that. It can really be even on some. Nah, I don't really rock with them like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm not going. I don't got to. Like I said, I'm worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't gotta be no motherfucker where to do nothing that I don't want to do. Some people live like that off of principle with no $1 million, and these
Yeah.
motherfuckers got hundreds of $1 million. So they're like, nah, we ain't about to sit here and act like everything okay when it ain't. That if it
Yeah.
is, maybe we can go on. But if it ain't, you see, they gonna get the fuck up out of there.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. The NBA season starts damn near in about a month or so. Teams start reporting training camp soon. Again, right now it's only 3 teams that have been kind of like interested in KD, which is Boston. I think Boston, Miami, and the Raptors. So we're gonna see what KD does. They pulled this card. Said, "Hey, we ain't trading you." Um, like Mike said, like our producer told us, them CBA deals, that CBA meeting gonna be crazy. You motherfuckers ain't gonna keep leaving in these first year, second year years of y'all deals. That shit gonna be crazy. So,
Yeah.
we gonna see how this works out for KD. I don't know, man. It's just not a good look for him, man. It's not a
It's
good
not
look.
a good look.
But
He could surprise me and play.
I think
And
he'll
whatever he,
play because he. I think he'll play just because of his love and passion for the game of basketball. I think he'll go out there and play. But we'll see if he makes it through the season. We'll see if he's still on Brooklyn at the end of the season. So we gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see what you do, KD. We gonna see, dog. Easy money. So that's interesting, and we're gonna keep an eye on that shit. Now, this next topic right here, right? I was scrolling through social media, and I just so happened to see some. It caught my attention. It was an article. Then I seen one of the players talking about it. Her name is Ngumake. I think I said that right. I probably said it wrong, but if I did, my apologies. She plays with the LA Sparks, and she was on social media, and she said that the LA Sparks had to spend the night in the airport because after the game with the Washington Mystics, they had to spend the night because the flights were canceled. Their flight was delayed, and then they ended up getting canceled. And so half of the team spent the night at a hotel, and the other half of the team spent the night at the airport. Let me ask you this, Willie. I know we don't talk a lot about the WNBA, but this shit was kind of wild to me. Is this a big deal or nah, not really?
It depends. Well, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because did they have to sleep at the airport, or did they choose to sleep at the airport?
So
Because I've
some
chosen to sleep
if
at the airport before instead of take the hotel. Just like fuck it, I just stay here. Now I should have left because I think I got sick and shit. But it did another time. My flight was canceled. I mean, but I've chose to sleep at the airport before. It's like whatever. I just stay.
so what I read is that a lot of the hotels in the area, because this is in our area, so this was in the Dulles area, right? So
This
this was
was with all
Dulles.
the lightning and this the storm and shit. Yeah,
This was last Saturday. I don't think it
last
was a
Saturday.
storm. Yeah, this wasn't. This was recent, but it wasn't. It wasn't with the recent storms that just came by. I can't remember if it rained or not. But there was a lot of flights apparently that were canceled that over that weekend,
Okay.
and so a lot of the hotels did not have room. Or like they didn't have room to fit the whole team, the training staff, the staff and all that. So the hotels that did have available rooms, I guess they told them that, hey, you can stay here or whatever, but we don't have enough room for everybody. So some players, I guess some of the players ended up that went to the hotel room that could go to the hotel where there was no other hotel rooms in the area close enough to the airport where they could, the next soon as the flight, the next morning catch their flight. So
Yeah.
some of them had to spend the night at the hotel. Some of them had to spend the night at the airport because there was no room.
I mean, the ones that slept at the airport probably was better off than it's like the ones that slept at the hotel. They
Well,
already in. They don't
nah,
got.
the young lady who went live, she had started playing. She was in the airport.
Hey, they don't gotta go to TSA no more. They don't gotta go through all that. Fuck it, we already in this motherfucker. This state, whatever. What you say? The flight 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. What time is
Man,
it? 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm going to sleep. It's hard to sleep in
man.
the airport though.
Yeah,
It's
so a
hard
lot
to
of
sleep.
them didn't sleep. A lot of them stayed up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is some piss poor shit, man. Like I believe, like
Nah, because look. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said like this. Y'all ain't got no private jet, no nothing. The WNBA can come and get these ladies, and you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, no other professional team. Like, if this was like if this was the Wizards, bro, like the Wizards wouldn't even be in no hotel. I mean, they wouldn't even be spending the night in no airport. Like they would have found a way somehow, some way to get them to their destination, or found a way for them to be all together as a team. I just feel like the WNBA. I know they got a private jet somewhere. Somebody's team got a private jet where they could
I
have
mean,
came
I
and
don't know
scooped
the
them.
circumstances of why they canceled flights, but I know not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday,
Yeah,
Wednesday.
the other night it was really bad storms, and if it was because of storms, somehow, some way they should have been able to get these women rooms and schedule like they're flying a commercial flight
It,
first and
it's
foremost.
it's 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 if it was that serious and they really wanted to be moved, you try to tell me that them ladies couldn't find them damn selves a fucking hotel?
What? But I mean, if all the ones in the surrounding areas are booked, it don't matter if you do it individually or if you do it collectively.
You are in the DMV area. You're around DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you really wanted to go to a hotel, if it was really that serious, I will say I think we need to in this what we dub as the DMV area this day and time need to really think about all of the establishments that we put up, because I don't think we put up enough establishment as far as recreational use where we can actually bring our community together. I don't think we put up enough establishment as far as entertainment where we can bring our community together. I don't think with all the fucking hotels that we do put up that we have enough of them that has the capacity to hold, especially such a busy city and a busy area that's surrounding. I think we need to look at our infrastructure and the different things that we're putting up and where we're putting them at. So that's one thing. But I still say this is a plethora of options that they had if they really wanted to. And they could, if they really wanted to, they could have put themselves somewhere to stay. They could have found themselves somewhere to go. And if there was a way for them to get somewhere, if it was that serious again, they could have went there. But if you shut down planes, why would, you send a private jet if we shut down planes because it's not safe to fly?
So this is
So I don't think it's a big deal. I think people take things and they look at it and they try. I don't think it's a big deal. Y'all slept at a fucking airport or something. Y'all slept at the hotel. If y'all wanted to put 3 of y'all in one room to make, you could have did that too. You can't. Whatever.
I look at it like this. So they're flying a commercial flight. They're not even flying like a private. They're not even flying. So they're catching a regular flight like me and you catching a regular flight. So the flight was scheduled for early in the morning. So yeah, they could have got something in DC. They could have got something in Maryland. Probably something, they could have got something further out. But
they could have
get back. You got to get back.
If they wanted to sleep not at the airport, they could have bunked. If some of them got a hotel,
man,
that's just like that's just like that's me and you. Let's just cut everything out the equation. That's me and you. We at the airport. They like, yeah, they got a room. You know what I'm saying? They say I can go to the room, but you ain't coming. So you try to tell me if I got a place to stay, you got a place to stay. Come on, bitch, let's go.
But this is a professional team, though, dog.
So what? They still human.
This shit don't happen to no other professional.
That doesn't make them unhuman, and that doesn't make circumstances voided to them if the circumstances is unavoidable. But so I don't think it's a big deal. I see it as being blown out of proportion. It's crazy. Like they slept at a goddamn airport. They didn't sleep next to a trash can outside and got bugged by. They slept at the airport. You know how many people sleep at airports? No matter how much money they got,
I get what you're saying.
They wanted to go somewhere they could have went. They could have bunked with each other if it was that serious. How big?
I think it's a big deal.
If half can go, the other half can go too.
I think it's a big deal because it's a professional team. I know as an individual, yeah, they could have did that. They could have gotten, you know what I'm saying, a room on themselves.
So you think that you think no professional team ever got stranded anywhere? They never was able to catch a flight.
A lot of teams have got
stranded. They never had to sleep in the airport. They never had to be in uncomfortable situations.
Yes, I know this because I've seen it. But what I'm saying is, they could have went back to the regular hotel. They probably could have went back to the other hotel. But the fact that they're catching a commercial flight is bad enough. And so if they could have went back to the hotel that they stayed at when they played the Mystics, that could have been an option, and that way they could have got back on the plane. You know what I'm saying? Or caught a later flight. I don't know what their dynamics were as far as the flight, but their flight, they were trying to get back as soon as possible. But what I'm saying is, yeah, a lot of teams do, especially when they go through inclement weathers. But what I'm saying, you've never heard a team professional. I've never heard a team professionally have to spend the night in the airport, regardless of what the conditions have been.
I'm sure that has been. I'm sure that has been. I'm sure there's been worse situations.
Well, teams get snowed in, teams, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff, and they are able to go back to the hotel. But a lot of professional teams have private jets. The WNBA ain't got that, so that's what makes the situation.
And we know that. So they think they're gonna magically appear.
No, but I do know that there is a private jet somewhere, and that way, okay, if they had to go to another hotel further out, we'll send the jet in the morning, and then y'all can fly back. We'll fly y'all back to LA for the next game. That's what I'm saying as the WNBA. Like, okay, we got to take care of our players.
See, here's the thing. here's the thing, and really, if we really want to like solve these type of problems, if we want to stick with the problem, we want to solve these type of problems. The NBA, if they wanted to, can finance the WNBA. The MLB, if they wanted to, can chip in and finance the NFL. There's so many options. That's just like with poverty. It doesn't have to be that way. It's designed to be that way. So if we really wanted to fix things, if we really want to address the problems, then I think there are ways and solutions to fix them. But with this thing here, they slept in a hotel. I mean, the goddamn airport for a couple hours. I don't see the big deal in it. But like I said, if we want to fix it, there's everybody chip in. If it's that serious, everybody chip in.
I mean, the NBA does, and they do finance the WNBA. But what I'm saying is,
so you don't. I don't know. It's not a big deal.
I just say, I say that you just got to take care of your players. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Look, there's a storm, whatever, flights are canceled. We'll put you in a hotel out in DC, whatever the case might be. We'll
bring the
jet in and fly y'all out back to LA.
Problems.
Huh?
You said there were availability problems. There were availability issues with the hotels.
Well, it was in that particular area, but I'm saying if you brought up the issue that they could have got a hotel outside of, they could have got a hotel in DC, and I'm saying they could have.
That they could have bumped with one another or two.
What I'm trying to say is
another.
The WNBA got to take care of their players a little bit better. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
like the NBA wouldn't allow this to happen. The NFL wouldn't let this happen.
That society need to take care of people, humans, individuals. But if we're looking at it from a business aspect, or what the fuck would I say? Aspect, that doesn't make sense, but aspect, then we know that the WNBA doesn't bring in that type of revenue. So,
but it doesn't bring in that revenue because people don't watch it. That's why.
The WNBA.
If people watch the WNBA like they watch the NBA, it'll bring in that kind of revenue where they can fly private.
Maybe, but that's not necessarily. I mean, okay, it could be the WNBA fault because they don't market or promote. They used to. I know I used to watch it a lot more, but they market and they promote it a lot. But maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm not tuned into the right channels, and they're also only playing 2, 3, or something like that 4 months out of a year. So they're not going to make the same money. They're not going to have the same success because, first of all, it's not even marketed or ran like the NBA or like any other professional sport. You kind of get them like the big three. The big three come to you for the summer. That was one thing that I always remember about the WNBA when I was younger. It came to you for the summer. When the NBA went away, you get to watch the WNBA. Especially back then, it was fresh, it was new, so it was, it was something. It was something to be seen. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know. Some people may argue that there's not enough excitement. There's not enough, slam dunking or high octane, high pace play going on with the ladies, with the women. But that's just like when March Madness and the Big Dance and all that come around. They get play, but they don't get as much play as the men. It's just what it is. That's just like I said, we're in a time where, in some sense, I think women get. I'm not gonna say it, but I think women get paid too much attention to for all the wrong reasons. Like they are unable to do or be and so vulnerable and need such protection and help and everything like that. When in fact we know that the two markets do not compare. So if we're talking business, not humanitarian, but if we're talking business, they can't afford these things, and we know that. But I'm sure, like I said, if they wanted to put themselves in the hotel, they could. If they wanted to bunk, they could. That particular issue, I don't think is such a big deal. It may be a small window for us to look at the big deal, but that's not the big deal.
All right. All right. Now, we gonna see. Well, I mean, they made it out. They made it back to LA. So we'll see. It's just different for me. I look at it a little differently, but it is what it is. So another player that's looking for a big payday. Um Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson said he won 230 mil guaranteed, 230 mil plus guaranteed. Is big deal or not?
Hey man, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. That's sweet, funky stuff. It's a big deal that he's finally speaking up and like, hey, motherfucker, pay me.
It's been reported that he wants 230 mil plus. Of course, we figured he would want that after Deshaun Watson got that big payday. So, is this a big deal or not?
Big deal. Have Deshaun Watson ever won the MVP?
Not that I remember. Nope.
Oh. Have Lamar Jackson ever had a sex scandal?
Nah.
I think he deserves what he's asking for. If you're going to give it to one man, you got to give it to the next, especially if we about to start comparing and shit as people like to do. So I think it's a big deal. I think Baltimore, that's like we talked about. I think Baltimore is food for playing with him. I don't understand why it's such a big deal to Baltimore that they feel like they can't grant this man. I don't want to say wish, but what's a better word?
Grant him his to give him what he is asking for, his demands, his get him what he's requesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it. I like
Just
that.
give him what he deserves.
Exactly. I don't get it. I think I hope Baltimore really wakes up because it looks to me. I see shit like that that looks bad. That looks bad more so than that looks bad because now that looks bad to me, man. Cause that looks bad, especially Lamar being kind of
Why
like
does it look bad?
It looked bad. They just stop playing with him. Because they also looking at Lamar, in my opinion, they're also looking at him like, he this hood thug nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't really ask what other people ask. Who are you to tell us what you deserve or want? You understand? And it's like I've shown you.
Well,
I can't do much more.
Can we remember before what Baltimore looked like before Lamar Jackson got there? Like of recently, like who was the quarterback?
Say it again.
It was Joe Flacco. So I was trying to think back before
Joe.
Lamar got there. It was Joe.
Yeah.
So
and then they had RG3 for a minute. Yeah. They won a spat with Robert Griffin.
Right, but Joe Flacco was
like
fading out.
The big major, the last person they gave a good big as far as the quarterback position check to.
What I'm saying is, again, Baltimore. What is your plan B if you don't give Lamar Jackson some bread, what he deserves? What is your plan B? I seen they had Huntley, in the preseason game the other night. I think that's his name, Huntley, and another African American quarterback. But it's just like I know a lot of teams, they want to win a Super Bowl without having to pay the quarterback top money right away. They try to get a Super Bowl on a rookie deal, but it's just like the more and more y'all wait, and the more deals Deshaun Watson got, Kyler Murray got, as these guys are getting paid, the more and more Lamar Jackson is gonna ask for. Because, like you said, Lamar won MVP. Lamar got a clean record. He's done everything you've asked him to do. He's come in the league. He's improved each year. They tried to say he was just a running quarterback. He came back the next year. Was throwing, I think the first game he played against Miami that year, he threw 5 touchdowns and had a QBR rating that was damn near perfect. So he can get it done with his arms and his legs. You let Lamar go. Who do you have? What do you have? Like you said, stop playing with that man.
I don't know, man. I don't
But
know,
the longer Baltimore waited, we knew the bag was gonna get, it was gonna increase and increase and increase. It was just a matter of time. So we're gonna see. And if Baltimore, if for some reason Lamar Jackson doesn't succeed like he has been succeeding, it's because they ain't put the right people around him. I mean, he still ain't got no legit number one receiver to even throw the ball to. So
yeah, I mean,
it's interesting. It's just wild to me, But hey,
I don't know. They like Ray. They did like Ray. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, well, if I believe they was the Oilers before.
Nah, they weren't. They weren't the Oilers. They was the Ravens was the Cleveland Browns, and then they moved from Cleveland and
Baltimore.
yeah.
Baltimore, the city.
Oh, you said Baltimore. The city was what?
Baltimore, they was the Oilers back in the day, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, the Oilers was Houston. They Tennessee now. So, they was the Baltimore Colts. They was the Baltimore Colts before then, but this like Baltimore, they were the Cleveland Browns for a while, and then they moved to Baltimore like back in '98 or 2000 around that time.
Okay.
But before then, they were the Baltimore Colts, and then they moved to Indy, and then you know what I'm saying. Then they was the Indianapolis Colts. And then
the Colts, but
Cleveland
I don't know. I don't know how
Baltimore.
much they like. I don't know how much they like. Just the city, to tell you the truth. I mean, well, not the city, but I don't know, man. Baltimore racist to me, man. That's how I feel. I think the white people out there, they kind of like on that, just keep it 100. And Baltimore racist to me. I'll just leave it there.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I mean, it won't be the first team. They won't be the first team that didn't rock with the black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be the first team, and it's not surprising. So, but I mean, if you ain't like him, why you draft him? You know what I'm saying? Like you knew at some point in time you was gonna have. I mean, they moved back into the draft to draft him. So if you didn't like him or you don't like black quarterbacks, then
I mean, I don't know about not liking him because that's just like I seen an interview with Big Baby Glenn Davis.
Oh boy.
Huh?
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
I
yeah,
heard that name in a minute.
Then Davis, right?
Yeah. I don't call no man Big Baby though. I call
Big
that man
Baby.
Glenn.
I see the interview with Big Baby Glenn Davis and shit. First of all, I want to see what part of Maryland he was at for a minute because he was talking about he was from Maryland, or not from Maryland, but he played football, Pee Wee, at like 9 years old. He was out here for some reason. I don't know why he was out in Maryland and shit. But anyway, second of all, damn, what were we talking about again?
Lamar Jackson and
Lamar Jackson, right?
You were saying how they ain't like the black quarterback.
Being in Boston. They asked, how did you do? What do you think about things? What do you think about basically the racism in Boston? Boston Celtics. Historically, even with Bill Russell, he was like, they didn't like Bill Russell, but they liked Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really experience. He kind of like
rest in peace, Bill Russell too. Go ahead.
Yeah, rest in peace. I'm sorry. Did we ever talk about real?
Nah. I was gonna get to that, but go ahead. Yeah. But they go ahead with what you were saying though about his experience in Boston.
He was basically saying, he was being a coon in that sense. I'm gonna call him because he was basically saying but he was being truthful, but he was being a coon because he was downplaying the seriousness of the situation. He was saying like they like they don't like black people, but they like black people if they're winning for them or they're doing something for them.
Right.
That's just racism, period. Whatever it
Right.
is, we don't like you, so to speak, but yeah, we want you to do everything for us. So it's as long as you're producing,
As long as
if
you're
we like you enough,
entertaining us and winning, then we like you. But if you're
we
not
like you
entertaining
enough.
us and winning, we don't fuck with
We didn't know that you was gonna be a $230 million nigga though. We ain't know we was getting that kind of nigga. You understand? That wasn't in our scouting. We ain't know we was getting that one. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they having a little issue with coming to terms with what he is, his value, opposed to uh, what they
you.
thought
Yeah.
they was gonna be able to do and
Well,
get.
I will say that Cleveland fucked the game up when they gave Deshaun Watson 230 million guaranteed. Like that was something that we had never seen. It was groundbreaking. So you already knew the quarterbacks coming after Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Like even after Lamar Jackson, the quarterbacks Burrow, Herbert, all of those guys. Even though Patrick Mahomes broke the bank, you know what I'm saying? But he had his deal is like 10-year, 500 mil. But
Yeah,
like it wasn't all guaranteed. Like Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Brown messed that one. They changed the game with that one with 230 million guaranteed. So you knew after that happened, with all the trouble Deshaun Watson has with him legally,
yeah,
that they had to know. That's why they should have paid him before Deshaun Watson got his deal. Like they should have paid him. He shouldn't even be in this situation because you knew
yeah.
this was gonna break the bank.
Yeah, he should be. He should be. You know, is he do a contract though? But that's another thing too, because even though they asking him, they're not do. That's all something different too. But now he should be in that situation. But I personally, I get it that you wanna compare. What one should get on merits of with another one guy that if he got this, I should get this. Uh, I mean, I get it and understand it, but me personally, also feel like everybody is not necessarily worth the same. And what this person may want to give to one person, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's
Yeah.
different. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not value him like that. I mean, I
Well,
don't know, but or they may come to some type of, I don't know what it is. They may come to some type of terms, but I don't think that that whole everybody get a trophy type thing should be the way that we're comparing. Well, it is for how we give people their contracts and shit. But I don't think that we should be looking at what one organization or what one person do, because I think shit is subjective. I think it's situational, and sometimes they have to do with relationships. You know what I'm saying? But
I
and it
mean,
don't seem like Lamar got one with them right now. It don't seem like he have a relationship with
yeah,
Baltimore.
we gonna see we gonna see how this plays out again. We've said that for about the last all our topics of late recently, but that man definitely deserves his bag. He's accomplished more, than Deshaun Watson, as far as you know
Yeah, I mean he's accomplished
accolades
more
and things
than.
like that. But again, Baltimore, what is your plan B if you do not pay Lamar Jackson? You know what I'm saying? Your whole offense is built around Lamar Jackson. So for me, I don't understand why we even at this point. I don't know what else you need to see from Lamar Jackson, but it's ludicrous that he's even in this situation to me. But Lamar, he betting on himself, and I hope he got a little bigger. He weighs like 230 now, so
Uh,
he
I
about to be.
haven't seen. I haven't seen.
Yeah, he didn't
I
he didn't got
read.
buff. He didn't
I
got buff on
read.
him.
Yeah, I read. I read a little bit more than anything, but I read.
That's good. That's good. Reading is fundamental. Get off them
Yeah,
screens.
I read somewhere that he put on some weight, but I ain't see the pictures.
Yeah. So he ain't doing too much talking. I think he gonna show out. I think he
Yeah,
definitely gonna show out. So
yeah,
he
yeah. I
gonna
like it.
show out.
He had an off season last year. Yeah,
Yeah, he started dealing with a little injury. I actually drafted him in fantasy football last year.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it was rocky before the injury though. I mean, he wasn't playing terrible, but you could tell he was most definitely working out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We seen a couple of years where he was out there Jane looking like Superman. You know,
Yeah, he was
he
looking
wasn't
like
looking
a
like he wasn't
the
looking like young
joystick of.
Vic, but he was
Nah,
looking like he
he
was
was cooking.
he was cooking. He wasn't
He was
looking like
cooking.
that young Vic that came in the league, but he was looking. He was cooking. You know what I'm saying? He was doing something special, especially when you had Patrick over there doing what he was doing, and Lamar was
Yeah,
like
he going.
still kind of like every
Yeah,
week.
he got on the Madden cover like that. That's what I'm saying. He's accomplished a lot for his young career.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think he's gonna have that kind of year again this year because he's got a lot of people talking shit about him. We spoke
think
about
he
it
need to
last
slow
week.
down a little bit
Slow as far as what?
the way he played.
Nah, man. See that's the problem, man. Like these owners and these coaches, like let Lamar do what Lamar do. Let him cook, man. Like that's how he win games.
Okay, I feel
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest with you. Even though he runs, a lot. I've never seen Lamar Jackson really take a huge hit. Like, oh shit, like dog, you might want to slide or you might want to get out. Like I've never seen him really take a huge hit. Not to say that it hasn't happened. I just personally haven't seen it, or he doesn't get hit as much.
hmm
So I think now that he got some weight, he take them hits. Take the.
yeah. Now you know how they say in basketball that they say some players always playing on 100, and when they learn how to kind of like
Slow
man,
down, slow the game down.
know when to go, when let go, and pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
Understand rhythm and flows of the game a little bit more. I think if you
Um.
understand the rhythm and flow of the game a little bit more, because he's to me he's always he like he 100. He like this. He as
You
my
can't
girl
make that noise
said,
again. That sounds like cheeks
yeah,
getting slapped.
he a quick pupper, he a fast pupper. He always
See, yeah.
he gotta take his time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I like to beat it up too, but sometimes you gotta take your
I think I don't know, man. I think the speed is like yeah, we've seen that with like John Wall, Rondo, Westbrook, where the guards they move a little fast and this, that, and the other. But I think at the quarterback position, it's a little different for the simple fact because these dudes they want to knock the shit out you. So he gotta move quick enough so he don't get hit. Now when he in the pocket, yeah, he could
just
probably.
it seems like his brain to me is like on overdrive. It's like I get it, but you see Tom, you see even Aaron Rodgers, you see a lot of it. He looks like he's missing a little poise. Just
Missing a receiver.
huh?
He missing a receiver. That's what
He
he
missing
missing.
a receiver.
Because I mean, he played like he. I'm gonna be honest. Like he was like this, and he was just like this in Louisville. Like he knew when to get out of Dodge. He knew, you know what I'm saying. Now I think people want him to be a more pocket quarterback. Like they want him to go through all 5 of his progressions, and then if they ain't there, then run. That shit don't work like that no more. Tom Brady, he gotta move slow because he's not fast. He don't got no legs, so he gotta be accurate. Same with AR, but I think that's just how he play. Like fuck it, like let that man do your thing, man. Like I don't see no problem with the way he play. I just
Now,
think he
so
need
see,
more. I
I
think he
don't
need more
know.
weapons.
I don't know, man. Like no, I don't know. Like he is phenomenal. He is excellent. He is. You can't ask for more, in my opinion. You can't ask for
Nah.
more. So I'm not necessarily asking, but I'm not. You can't ask for more. I just think once he mature a little bit more and the game slows down to him, I think shit will become a lot easier for him. He makes it look easy because he's talented, but I think once he slows down, the game will come a little bit more easier to him.
I think if you give him a weapon outside of
I,
his
I believe
tight
that
end,
most definitely have to help.
you
Will
give
help, and
him
they have to do that.
you give him Devontae Adams or Cooper Cup or one of these number 1 receivers, I think you'll see a more poised pocket passer in Lamar Jackson. But when your only threat is the tight end,
yeah,
like
I
that
could.
motherfucker ain't open and my number one ain't open, pew, I'm out of there. I'm not waiting too
I
long.
don't got time to waste, huh?
My offensive line banged up. Like, nah, let me get up out of Dodge, man. They ain't finna hit me. I'ma just run out of bounds. You give him DK Metcalf, somebody like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
AJ Brown, I think you'll see that poise and that patience that I think you're alluding to. You know what I'm saying? So
I can see that.
I think Vic was similar like that too. Like Vic didn't really have like a lot of he ain't had no help, so he ain't see his one or two open.
Vic was different. Vic was like that. Vic was different.
But when he got to Philly, you saw, man, Vic was that dude.
That Vic was older for one. That Vic had been to jail and had been ridiculed. That was completely different Michael Vick.
No,
that
I'm
Michael
saying
Vick that we saw
in Atlanta, he was similar to Lamar Jackson.
That we talked about the being KD's world. It was Mike Vick world.
No, what I'm saying is
I don't
Lamar
think he looked for first or second option. I just think
that's what I'm saying.
I think if he could have ran every damn play, he would have ran every damn play.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Lamar was similar to Vic back in Atlanta.
No, I feel you, but I think Lamar looks. I think you're right. I think he looks for a play to happen, and if he doesn't see his one or two, and usually that's a tight end, like you said, that he's scrambling. His brain is like, I gotta
make
keep
a play.
Myself safe. I think Vic was. He ain't open. I'm God. I think Vic gave him a half glass. He ain't open. Let me do Mike Vick show.
Mike Vick said, "Oh, Algie Crumpler ain't open. Oh, I'm out of there." So but I think, man, number
Mike
one.
Vick said, "I'm gonna throw this joint. I'm gonna throw it once. I'm gonna run it three."
So what I was saying is Michael Vick didn't really have a number one receiver in Atlanta. But then when he got to Philly, he had Deshaun Jackson, and we seen.
I guess so. But when he got to Philly, like I said, his life had been. He had been through so much. He had to have He had to have matured.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he had to have his. He was 10. He was older. He was, like I said, he was on that downslide of his career, so he had to change. I'm just saying. I think Mike Vick was on go back in the day, man. I think Mike was looking every now and then, but I think most of the time Mike was on go.
That's my man. Shout out Mike Vick, bro. Shout out Michael Vick, man.
Most definitely. I guess because his career was cut short there, and that he didn't have as much success as many people. But when we talk about GOATs, it's just as far as someone who captivated the world and had all the attention on them. Like everybody wanted to see what Mike Vick was going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Mike Vick ain't even. At times he didn't even study as much as he probably should have. You know what I'm saying? So Mike was that guy.
Yeah, the VA boys, the 2 up, 2 down. He was like the AI. Yeah, practice. Throw to somebody else.
Dude, man.
What you talking about? That's what Larry had to come down there and slow AI down, because AI was like, "This is the AI."
But they both from the same area. That's 757.
The VA boys.
Yeah, so shout out VA, bro. Shout out VA. And since we talking about football, man, shit, it's back, man. It's preseason, baby. We back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Lamar Jackson, his Ravens just beat my Tennessee Titans. So are you excited about preseason football? Is there anybody you looking at? How you feel about preseason football being back, or football season just being back in general?
I'm glad football back. They got an odd schedule, I see. They got 1 o'clock preseason games coming on tomorrow. They got odd schedule.
I mean, they normally put, like, at the end of the year, they normally put games on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? But it's normally at like 4 o'clock though. I don't know. I seen that too, some 1 o'clock games. But I'm sure it's got something to do with them TV deals and all that shit. But
yeah, true.
So,
but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy the football back and shit. I probably don't watch as much as as I'm happy that it's back. You know, just the buzz. You know what I'm saying? The head things. Know it's there, but yeah, I probably don't watch. I probably don't watch a whole lot of it, but we'll see.
Man, you better be watching. You better get ready for that fantasy football league, bro. You better
Yeah,
be watching that shit.
I mean, nah,
You
I
better
most definitely will watch it. You know what I'm saying? But
keep your ear to the scanner.
yeah,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what
go
I'm
ahead and get that
saying?
like that red zone joint and shit. Where you got all
Yeah,
the games on that one screen type thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that for that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be good to have because that's the only way I'm really going. You know, watch a lot of it if it's on that one screen. And if I got to flip through it, I ain't watching too much of it.
What
But
they
anyway.
gonna fuck around and draft fucking Steve Young in the fantasy draft or some crazy shit, man? Gonna draft,
I will
gonna
fuck
draft
around and win.
Le'Veon Bell and shit.
I will fuck around and win. I will fuck around and win.
Hey man, all right, cool. Hey, we gonna see. We gonna see, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for our fantasy football league to start, bro. Like I can't wait.
Yeah, I like the what I saw from Malik Willis, his highlights.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at you watching my man's in them.
Yeah, I ain't really like watching this shit. I knew it was on the shit, you know, about Baltimore and everything like that. So you know, excuse
Yeah,
me. So you know, you had
the
folks at the
game on and
game
shit.
all over social media and shit. Quick
Yeah.
little stats though that I seen from I don't know who the C Woodside guy, L Woodside.
Oh, Logan Weiss, Logan Woods, Woodside. Yeah, he was trash last night.
Yeah, I know. I seen he was 14 for 24 for 102 yards. And then he had
Yeah,
Malik
two
come in
picks.
6 for 11,
Yeah,
107 yards. I said, damn. He threw half,
less
more than half.
and
He
and
threw
and
the,
Logan Woodside threw two picks. You forgot to mention
I
that.
see 2 picks. I
Yeah,
was just looking at the yards. That
sorry,
alone, but I was
motherfucker.
like, damn, like he was
Yeah,
out there
but
just throwing balls around.
yeah,
One throw to
pause,
nobody. Just
pause.
2 yards here, 5 yards here. One throw to nobody. See, Malik came
Hey,
out there and started like, get a touchdown. Let's throw this motherfucker.
so Malik started the game and the coach, our coach Vrabel, was actually kept him in the second half because he wanted to see Malik throwing more passes, but it didn't work out that way. So then he pulled Malik out the game. So um, I thought that was some bad ass shit, but whatever. It is what it is. But nah, Malik Willis looked real. He looked real good. He had a lot of good moments. He had some moments that showed that he was a rookie, but he definitely showed he got potential and that he can, he can be set up for success. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he ain't got to come in this year. I prefer him to just sit down behind Tannehill and you know what I'm saying, and just kind of like watch, and like you said, watch the game and have the game come slowly to you, and then next year reevaluate, see where he at, and then let him go from there. But
So
shit,
is that
since
why they
you
didn't play Tannehill?
well,
They
nah,
already know.
he's the starter. He the starter, so
They already know. You know what I'm saying? What they got. They already. He ain't.
yeah.
No. Okay, that's good.
He'll probably play. Derrick Henry didn't play neither. A lot of our starters didn't play. Even though it's a lot of teams that are playing their starters, even in the first preseason game, but we know what we're gonna get out of Derrick Henry. So I think he's not even playing. It's already been decided that he ain't playing this preseason. But I think maybe Tannehill should probably get like a third game. I think maybe put him in there like the third game to kind of fine tune the offense. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there for maybe a half or so, and then sit him. Just to get him a little bit of work. But I don't even know. Last year he didn't play the preseason, so I don't know if they're gonna keep that same formula. In the first game, we came out and got our ass whipped. So
Yeah,
you know,
I don't like that formula. Yeah, I to tell you the truth, I think
I
they should.
don't either. I think they should play at least one. You know what I'm saying? They should.
I think they. I think they should play them all. You know what I'm saying? Even
Hey,
if you just want to put them in like shit, man. You know, just a set. What you call it? You just want to put them
just one
in.
drive and shit.
Yeah, just put them in, take them out. You know what I'm saying? And then as the preseason go on, you because you got to build up the stamina, your endurance. You know what I'm saying? The end game speed.
Well, that's how it used to be. A lot of the teams used to play like, like they would play like a quarter or like 4 or 5 drives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the first game, then the second game they probably played like 3 or 4 more drives. The third game was always like the rehearsal game. Like you got your starters in and they play up until halftime. And some teams, if they came out looking like shit, they played a drive or two into the second half. But nowadays with players getting hurt, coming off injuries, all that shit, you like Tom Brady, like we know what we're gonna get from Tom Brady.
I mean, players like that, of course. Like I said,
yeah, but
it's
Ryan
always
Tannehill, yeah, I agree. Ryan Tannehill, his ass need to be. Don't get me started. We about to talk about the AFC South, but don't get me started on Ryan Tannehill. I do think he should play at least like one game, or he should at least get a few reps. You know what I'm saying, in the preseason. So, but like I said, since we on the AFC South, let's break it down real quick. Let's break down the AFC South. I'm gonna let you go first because this is the team this is the division my team is in. So I'm gonna let you go ahead first. This division is, of course, the Titans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Houston Texans. How you see
it? It look ugly to me. I see 3 ugly bitches and 1 okay looking bitch.
Okay.
I've really been talking too much, but anyway. But it look ugly to me. I mean, I couldn't tell you who on the Texans. I think they got
they rebuilding right now. The Texans are rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? They are in the rebuild after they traded Deshaun Watson. So they're in the rebuild stage. But you can't sleep on them though.
I don't know the Colts. I think they just got dude from Atlanta. My mind slipping.
They got Matt Ryan. They got Matt Ryan.
They got Matt. Yeah, they just got Matt Ryan.
And they got Jonathan Taylor.
And they have the Jaguars.
They got a new coach. That's a big start. They got Trevor Lawrence.
Young kid. What's the young kid at QB?
Trevor Lawrence just came out of Clemson, year 2.
I like Trevor.
They got a young squad as well.
I like Trevor. They do have a young squad.
And you know who we got. Well,
not so ugly. Not so ugly. Okay, 2 ugly bitches and 2 okay bitches. Okay. I like Titans. Put Titans on top. Jags, Colts, and Texans.
Jags over the Colts.
Oh. Titans on top.
Now remember the Colts. The Colts got a sneaky good defense. A lot of they like Tennessee. A lot of teams they don't get a lot of national media, but they do got a legit defense, and they do have Jonathan Taylor, the running back, who's really, really good. You know what I'm saying? With Matt Ryan. Now they do have a receiver in Michael Pittman who's getting there, who's creating a name for himself, but they don't really have like a legit number one. He might be the legit number one, so
What I say? Titans, Jags, Colts, Texans. What I say?
That's what you just said. Yeah.
I go Titans. Yeah, I like Jaguars. Colts and Texans, I believe.
Hey man, what you got in that cup, bro?
Nah, I mean this is my second cup.
Nah, our division.
This is my IPA. Yeah, this is my bed right here.
Nah, that shit was just funny the way you reset it. You said that shit like a real ass old man and shit.
I'm just pretty sure that's what I said.
Nah, but our division is in the 2 teams are rebuilding. It's top heavy, right? Two good teams, 2 rebuilding teams. So for me, I got the Texans at the bottom. I got the Jaguars, you know what I'm saying, coming in 3rd. I got Indy second. I got us at the top. I got us probably edging Indy out by a game or two. Tennessee is gonna be interesting, of course, because we lost Arthur. You know, we lost AJ, so we trying to find our number one receiver within the rookie that we just drafted. Derrick Henry gonna be Derrick Henry. Of course, Tannehill is the big question mark. Like I just spoke to, like we just talked about after he had the bad playoff game. Our defense is pretty legit. It's pretty sound. We got some pieces on the defensive side, so I think we should be able to. On paper, I think we should be able to hold it down. The Colts, like I said, they're a pretty good team as well. They're missing that number one receiver as well. We're kind of built the same for the most part. They're missing a number one, so should be interesting. We always have a interesting games when we play the Colts. Jacksonville, I think, is going to be a sleeper. I think Jacksonville is going to be. I think they're going to shock a lot of teams. I think they're going to get a lot of upset wins. Hopefully, none against my team. But I think Trevor Lawrence. I think removing what's my man's name? God damn, Urban Meyer. Removing him from the coaching staff, I think was. You're going to see a totally different team because my man Urban Meyer was just not giving a fuck at all down there in Jacksonville. Like, even as a team that's in the division, I was like, yo, this shit is wild with Urban Meyer. Like, this motherfucker was kicking the kickers. He was verbally abusive to his coaches. Like, he was on some other shit. So I think them having a veteran coach in Doug Peterson, I think they'll be at least 6 games. They'll probably win at least 6 games. And the Texans, they rebuilding. They'll probably get about 3 or 4 games. But they be all right. You know, they just traded Deshaun Watson, so they trying to figure it out. So we gonna see. We're gonna see how
Watson play? He didn't play though.
Huh?
He didn't play last year, did he?
Nah. You know, they was trying to trade him, but I think he played tonight though in his preseason game though.
Okay.
I think Deshaun played. He was scheduled. I think he was scheduled to play, but let me check the stats real quick.
So he's suspended for 6 regular season games, but he get to play in preseason games.
Yeah, Deshaun played today. He was 1 for 5 for 7 yards.
Okay.
Yeah. So and they played the Jaguars. How fitting is that? But yeah, and speaking of Deshaun Watson, he said he would accept an 8-game suspension. He would be fine with that, and I think a $5 million fine. So yeah, but there I got the. I don't want to be biased, but of course I had my squad winning the AFC South. But
they don't got much to win, so it's a safe bet.
Oh shit! See, we gonna clip you motherfuckers on October 9th, and that ain't much neither. But we gonna clip y'all motherfuckers too. Right? I let you slide with the disrespectful shit earlier, but nah.
We gonna be on fire.
So, but I got Tennessee winning the division. I know a lot of the national media don't got us winning the division because we lost AJ Brown and the Colts got Matt Ryan, but. It's fun,
Who do they have favorite?
They got Indianapolis favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Because they got Matt Ryan. I mean, they for some reason they always have the Colts favorite over us. They had Carson Wentz, they had them favored over us. They got Matt Ryan, they had them favored,
Okay.
So it is what it is. I like the little rival. I wish the division was better, but it is what it is, So it's cool. We'll take that though. And next week we talk about UNG's shitty ass division in that NFC East. We get to talk about that.
I ain't gonna say that. We're gonna be the best division in everything.
Think on that. You don't gotta respond now.
We're gonna be all right. We ain't gonna be the worst. We're gonna be the worst.
Nah, y'all not gonna be the worst division. Our division is probably gonna be the worst division, but y'all ain't gonna be the best division either. Y'all will be mediocre.
We're gonna be top 3.
Shit.
We're gonna be like 3. You don't think so?
no. Fuck no.
I think it's like number 3. Man.
So you got the AFC West, you got the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Yeah, motherfuckers. Nah.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna be number 3.
You know what? You might be number 3. Cause Philly gonna be good. It depends on what y'all or Dallas do. Cause we'll talk about that next. We'll talk about that next week.
I feel you.
But nah, switching gears right quick. You know, I want to talk about this little fiasco that happened earlier this week. In the Pro-Am League. My man Paolo Banchero and DeJounte Murray, man, they got the talking shit via social media off the Pro-Am game. I don't know if you've seen it, but they started going at it on social media, trading shots back and forth. And I just like, what's your take? How do you feel about this? Like it seems like they really got something brewing here.
I haven't seen too much back and forth. I seen the move that Murray put on, and then he looked at him, you know what I'm saying, gave the boo. You out here? What you out here for?
Hey.
Act like he was out there, you know. He was playing like he was in the NBA game. I think Paolo was just like, go ahead, man.
So if y'all don't know, go ahead.
What's it again?
Nah, I was just gonna say, for those who don't know what we talking about, long story short, there was a Pro-Am league, Jamal Crawford's league, where Paolo and DeJounte Murray, they played against each other. And from what I saw, it looked like it was a clip where Paolo went up for a rebound and he knocked DeJounte Murray down. And DeJounte kind of got up and they kind of like bumped each other or whatever. And Paolo grabbed him, hugged him, kind of like, good sportsmanship type shit. And then another clip I saw where DeJounte Murray caught him with a move, that move you talking about. He was dribbling. He did like a pump fake, caught him in the air, like fake like he passed it, threw the joint off the backboard and dunked it. And then was talking real shit to Paolo. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course it got on social media where they exchanged words and shit like that. So, it's rumored that Paolo was flexing that he was, he went number 1 and shit and all that shit. So they were just going back and forth, and they unfollowed each other on social media for whatever that means. Ooh.
Yeah. It must be personal. If you unfollow me on social media, it must be personal.
Yeah, man. So DeJounte called Paolo a little boy, called him too soft and shit like that.
Shout.
Yeah, and Murray, of course.
OFT soft.
Soft.
Say it one more time. I called you soft. Would you swell up and shit like you gonna do something? But anyway, I called you soft.
Called that man Charmin. There you go, little ass boy. And then of course Murray hit him with the welcome to the big leagues, because after he threw the joint off the backboard and you know what I'm saying. So what's your take on it, man?
Man,
do you like it? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I love it.
What's the world without beef, right? Conflict.
We wouldn't call this beef. We just call this passion, or we call this competitive nature, competitiveness.
Yes, they say that's human nature. Human nature is conflict, competitive nature. They say that is one of the top traits of humans is confrontation and competitive nature. I like it.
He really,
I don't
like
love it yet, but I like it. You know, they got to do a little bit more for me to love it. You know, they got to make it actually about something for me to love it. You know, right now, you know, they just playing pickup ball, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even with pickup ball, you always see players. You know, there's never any I don't want to say there's never any competitiveness, but you don't really see like player. I mean, take the social media act out of it, but I mean, like, you know, like they really seem like they going when they play each other, it's gonna be fun to watch. Like it's gonna be super fun
That's
to
what I'm
watch.
saying. If they make it about something, then I
Yeah.
think I can grow to love it.
I mean,
But
even if they create something out of it, I love it. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking at their game, you know, just to see what's going to happen. I really don't give a fuck about all the other shit off the court, you know what I'm saying? Like the social media shit, you know, because DeJounte called him, told him to stay humble, you know, all this other stuff. And Palo is like, dog, I'm still humble. Don't try to switch it up for the internet and all that other shit. Like, you can be friends and be competitive, you know what I'm saying? But
you
like,
definitely can.
I like it. I like it, young. Like young
Yeah,
Cap, you know what I'm saying? Like I love it.
yeah. I like I said, they gotta do a little bit more for me. They gotta do a little bit more for me.
Oh, they go. They got you. They got you. They got you. Don't worry.
You know,
They
right now
got
they
you.
just had a little scuffle on the playground. You know,
It's just a
a
little
little
bit of
shoving
straightening.
match in the middle of the hallway type shit. You know, ain't no big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
right now.
I put it like this. They're gonna be looking to see when that NBA schedule gets dropped. They're gonna be. I'm sure they're gonna be like, that's gonna be a game both are looking to prove a point because you know they normally put the number one pick. They normally put them on TV. So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know they should just because they should make them play the Hawks. It'll be fun. So that shit should be interesting, man.
somebody was cooking in one of them AM, the Pro AM leagues. They dropped like 60 recently. Who was that, you know?
Uh, I don't know who it was recently, but I know Malachi Flynn has been cooking. He dropped 73, and then the next
Who
game, I
that?
think he dropped. His name was Malachi Flynn. He
Nah.
dropped 73, then he dropped like
Kuzma.
53.
Yeah, it was Kuzma. Shout out to
Kuzma.
the
Oh,
Kuzma
he dropped
team.
60. Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Okay,
Yeah,
Cal.
Kuzma
All right,
dropped,
Cal.
yeah, Kuzma dropped 60 somewhere. They out like Washington or Denver or some shit like that, but Kuzma
Okay.
dropped 60 out that joint.
Cal in the pro-ams cooking. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out Kyle Kuzma, play for the
yeah,
Washington Wizards. Shout out him. And the Wizards got their little jerseys. They got the
yeah,
jerseys coming
yeah.
back, man. Shit's
Yeah.
ugly as
What the
fuck,
Bullets
boy.
joint? What they got the Bullets joint?
They bringing the old Wizards
With
joints
the
back.
Wizard joint on it? I like them joints, yeah.
The white one's not bad, but the blue one's is fucking terrible, bro. Like,
I like them joints.
nah,
When
they
Mike
bringing
was
them,
playing,
huh? Yeah,
yeah,
nah,
I
them
like
shits was
them
trash,
joints.
bro.
Yeah.
The white ones I can kind of deal with, but the blue ones, nah.
I like them.
Don't play them blue joints. Play the white ones, bro.
They like my favorite Wizards jersey and shit.
That's the only. They only had a few Wizards jerseys.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that one the best.
all these Wizards jerseys is ugly. The shit they got now, them shit's ugly, man. Like I
You don't
can't.
like them joints? I had a killer ass sweater, man. I'm gonna see if I can find that
Then
joint.
they
Oh,
try to like implement the bullet, like the bullets joints with the Wizards joint. Nah,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Nah, man, just playing the bullets joint, bro. Like,
If y'all didn't know, my man Jay over here, he's from the DMV as we call it. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. But for some reason, he got this vendetta against home teams. He
I
really
don't
don't.
have a vendetta against so I actually like the Bullets. I like the Wizards when they had Gilbert. They wasn't my number one team.
Uh-huh.
At the time, all right, I get y'all a little quick inside spill. So for a long time, I was a New York Knicks fan, right? I stopped fucking with the Knicks after they fired
Stan
David
Gundy?
Fisdale. After they fired David Fisdale, I was fucking done with the Knicks. I was, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? So I like the Wizards. I like when they had Gilbert. I like when they had Karan and Antoine Jameson. I like them. I like watching them. They was entertaining. I wanted them to go further. We knew the Knicks wasn't going. I knew the Knicks wasn't going to do shit. So, but I was mad when they changed the name from the Bullets to the Wizards. Like, I like the Bullets, the jerseys, the name, and everything like that. Like, I just don't like anything when it comes to the Wizards. I don't like the name. I don't like the jerseys. The only thing I do like is the colors. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just was never a fan of the Wizards name, and the jerseys just look whack. Like the name whack, so the jersey's gonna look whack in my view. So I mean,
The Washington Wizards. You
just
like
like I don't really rock with the Commander's name. Like that shit is whack. Like
I do not at all fuck with the Commander's name. You know, that's my squad. But I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be politically correct, and I'm gonna cater to people's sensitive ass feelings if that's catering to their sensitive ass feelings. But no, I don't like it either.
right. So that's what I'm saying. And the national, I've been a Braves fan since like '92, and DC they didn't have a baseball team here. So you know what I'm saying at the time. So they had the Senators back in like the '70s and shit. The only other baseball team was the Orioles, and a lot of people rocked with the Orioles when they had Brady Anderson, Kyle Ripken, Rafael Palmeiro, and all them. But I was a Braves fan at that point, and there wasn't no coming back. So, I mean, yeah, but hey, get the white, get the white Wizards jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the city. You know, like the city jerseys maybe they alright, but nah, I like the Nationals. Some of their little jersey mix ups and whatever. I like they shit. Some of they shit.
Yeah, it's simple. I like it.
Yeah.
It's simple. Yeah.
Like I had the Nats hat on like 2 shows ago. You know what I'm saying? So like some of that shit I do rock. You know they had they implemented like the DC shit on their caps and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I rock with some of their shit, even though I'm a division rival. But but yeah, I like the cap shit. You know what I'm saying? The Caps jersey, like you know what I'm saying. I like the throwback Caps joints, but the Wizard shit.
Yeah,
That
I like
shit,
that.
bro.
I
You
like
keep that shit.
it. I like it. I like the name
You,
too. I
you
like the
keep
Wizards
it.
too. Now, I don't per se like changing the name or why they changed the name. You know, I can I can understand. I'm versatile in that sense. I'm buzzing and fucked up right now. I could use better words but I'm versatile in that sense that I understand, what they were trying to do, so to speak. But I liked it. I like the Washington Wizards. I like the name. I like that jersey.
All right,
Uh,
well, they did it for you. They did it for you and more like you. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get that Rod Strickland Bullets joint. That's the joint I'm trying to get. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That joint, that shit hit. Hit a little
yeah.
different.
I probably would go Weber, but yeah.
Yeah, Weber too. See Webb. Yeah.
What else? Somebody I could really get with for real was Juwan. It was something about Juwan Howard game that it was solid. It was legit. You know what I'm saying? Like no doubt about it. He was a baller. He was a hooper. Like, but he was he was like a he was like a Tim Duncan before
Before
Tim.
Tim
I guess
Duncan.
there was many players like that though, but he was kind of like a Tim Duncan. He didn't really excite you too much. He was very
Yeah.
calm on the court. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show a whole lot of emotions, do a whole lot of like athletic shit, but he was gonna
Yeah.
get the bucket. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted
Yeah.
to get to the basket, he was gonna get to the basket. Yeah, Joel just had a
Yeah. Jawan. Yeah. I shit for real. I'm trying to get a Rod, not either Rod Strickland, Weber, or Rasheed Wallace joint when he was with the Bullets for a brief period of time. I shout out to my man She, but that's like I said, I like the Bullets when they were the Bullets. I like a lot of their teams, you know what I'm saying? But it was just, you know,
There's so much talent come through this area, man. We can't seem to put it together or keep it or make it work wise here. But like I said, I really think it has something to do with the something in the air because there's so much talent, around. You know what I'm saying, in the city, in the DMV. It's always been. That's why back in the day when it was a whole New York craze. When New York was, taking over not taking over because you can say pioneered the rap game, but when they was on top of the rap game and everything was New York and everybody wanted to be from New York, I mean, I had never been. I still ain't never really been to tell you honest God truth, but I was just like, man, I've seen so much talent right here in this
Yeah,
DC,
in
Maryland,
DC.
Virginia area. So it's like, man, whatever. Y'all can I don't know the word I want to use, but y'all can fascinate over New York if you want. You know what I'm saying? I like the city that I'm in. I think,
Okay.
that's why I get bothered when individuals don't really like, from the city and they don't really like rock with it. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal enough like that, but I get a little bothered because it takes away from what I really think is the dynamic of the city and what it can be.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I rock with where I'm from, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I love where I'm from. I love the area and everything. Like, but it's just when it came to sports, and I'm a in another episode, I'm gonna ask y'all why y'all rock with the teams that y'all rock with. But for me, a lot of it went from my dad was a Knicks fan, so I kind of just
Mhm.
latched on, you know what I'm saying, with him as a Knicks fan. And then I actually ended up liking them because, they had some decent teams. I became a real big Patrick Ewing fan, Allen Houston, Trip. Like they had some good squads. They just could never win it. But they ownership similar to the Commanders, and other shitty management. Like they got shitty management right now. And I said I won't fucking root for the Knicks by anything New York Knicks, anything until they change the management. So that's how I became a Knicks fan. So I rock with the city though. I love the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I would never trade my city,
yeah,
my
yeah.
where I'm from to be like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
from Houston or I'm
That's
from
that's why
Atlanta.
that's why.
Nah.
But like you said, a lot of it had to do with relation and what we're taught and how we're brought
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? And what those that we looked up to. What they kind of introduced us to. But that's the crazy part about it because, like you said, like most folks that are from this area that don't rock with the teams and the sports, they like this area like bred and born and raised like to the bone. You understand what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
have deep ties and like you said, we're traded, but it don't really fuck with the teams.
Yeah.
So to some degree, I guess I understand. Like,
Like I was a huge like when AI came through Georgetown, like I was a huge Georgetown
yeah.
fan. Him, Victor Page, even when Steve Francis was at Maryland, you know what I'm saying? I was a huge Maryland, like I rocked with Maryland, you know what I'm saying? Like I was rooting for him, but it's just like I
I
guess
ain't
at
like
that
when
point in
Steve
time I
was
was,
there.
huh?
I ain't like when Steve was in Maryland.
Oh, for real?
I ain't like when Steve Francis was in Maryland. I mean, he was nasty, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I really thought like when we talking about like it's being somebody's world, I really thought it was like he just like they came back that following year and they won a national championship. They could have won with Steve if Steve would have played within the team. But Steve was just like, man, he was all go. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to
He
get
was
to the league,
all
man.
go.
Trying to
Yeah,
get to the
Steve
league.
Francis. You know what I'm saying? Mabel Laugh representing
Yeah.
her.
So,
You
but
know, if you
nah,
know, you
man.
know.
So, but yeah, I gotta, I like to see, I like to see the area teams do well. Although they're not my number one team or they're not my prime, my team, but I do like to see the area teams win because it does something to the city. Even though I hate hearing Commander fans, y'all get a little reckless with y'all talking and shit, but it's like I told you off air, like I want to go to a playoff game. I want to go do, you know what I'm saying, see some shit. So like I would like to go to a Wizards playoff game soon. I mean, I know they just was in the playoffs recently when they had John Wall, but like the city is something about the city is buzzing when when they make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see it. Like when the Nats won the World Series, I fucking
Good,
hated it.
bad, or ugly. Good,
Yeah,
bad, or ugly.
so when the Nats won the World Series, I hated it, but it was good to see that shit. I was like, man, my team better fucking win the World Series sometime soon.
I hate that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate that shit too. I know I'm on my hate shit right now, but I hate that shit too. I hate when the city do well and then everybody loving that shit. Good, bad, or ugly is how I rock, man.
Well, I was happy for the city.
Stay our asses from afar
Oh
when the
yeah, I
city
was
does
definitely
well.
from afar. I was definitely from afar. Fuck y'all. Definitely was from afar. I was way over there from afar, bro. I was way over there. I said, "Oh, okay, I see y'all now. I see
I
y'all."
can get with that. That's what I'm
I was,
saying. Just be neutral. Just be the same. You know what I'm saying?
I said, "Okay, fuck it, let's go. We got to get one, Atlanta. Like I tweeted them niggas and some more shit. Let's go. It's go time, Atlanta." So yeah, we got ours last year. So, but speaking of baseball, I don't know if you watched it or not. I know I ain't even gonna lie, I missed it myself because I was working. They call it the Field of Dreams game, where
I thought you said corn.
well
Field of corn or some shit.
they play in a cornfield, and
What do they
it's in
call it?
Iowa. It's called
The cornfield or the field of
the fuck, what is that shit called? I forgot my damn self. It's called the Field of, what is it called? The Field of Dreams game. Damn, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's based off the movie. The movie is called Field of Dreams, where they play baseball, where it's a guy who's Willie B? Fuck,
I
Tom.
Doc fucked up. I Doc got Corner Dreams. Why Doc got Corner Dreams on it?
It's not. It's Field of Dreams. Yeah, it's Field of Dreams, but it's an actor. What's his name? What's my man's name? Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner is he's in the movie.
He had ghost and shit, right?
Yeah, he hears
Oh,
like
dead
ghost
ass
voices.
motherfucker. He dead ass motherfucker. Like nah.
he's hearing voices, and they're telling him to go ahead and build this baseball stadium and shit like that, and have all the great baseball players to play in his stadium, and some more shit. And the movie takes place in Iowa, and it's in like a cornfield.
And where?
So it's in Iowa. It's an actual field in Iowa.
Iowa?
Iowa, yeah.
Okay.
And so the Major League Baseball has taken that concept. They started it last year. So this is actually the second year that they've done it to kind of like switch the game up and do something different. So they've implemented this Field of Dreams game, and it took place yesterday. It took place on with the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. So they had the players walking through the corn. They came out onto the field through the cornfields and some more shit. You got YouTube that shit when you look it up, bro. Like when we get off air, young. They had them walk through they had the players to walk through the cornfield and shit like that. They had Ken Griffey Jr. and his father come through the cornfields. They were tossing the baseball back and forth. They had some little kids tossing the baseball back and forth. The teams were in throwback jerseys and old throwback jerseys, and they played a baseball game. I look at my man's face. I love
it. I'm just trying to figure out why again.
It's just something different. It counts. Yeah, it counts as a regular game. They only play one game though. They play one game. It's just something different. You know how like now, like the NFL be in Mexico and they be in Europe and shit like that, and basketball they may play in a different arena, or they, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just something to kind of add to baseball. They wanted to spice it up, do something different. So they play a Field of Dreams game one time during the year. And so yesterday, or Thursday, the Cubs and the Reds played.
I'm sorry, y'all. I really should have done my homework and research on this.
you gotta look at it though, bro. Like that shit is you gotta watch it, and then when you watch it, we'll talk about it maybe next week or whatever. But it happened last night. It's a pretty cool event though, and it was pretty dope. It happened yesterday, or like I said, it happened Thursday, and they won. The Cincinnati Reds won 4-2, and they play under the bright lights. It's just like an old school baseball game, old school type shit, and it's based off the movie. So you gotta watch it, Willie. Go ahead and watch that joint, bro. Go ahead and watch it, man. Matter of fact,
You said the original movie had ghosts and shit talking, right?
the movie. I haven't really watched the whole movie. I watched some of it, so it's like he was asleep in his bedroom, and like the spirits, the ghosts were kind of talking to him, telling him to build this baseball stadium to get the some of the best baseball players to come play at his field.
So is it what? Okay, okay.
Just watch the movie. I mean, when you get
So
time.
they just put a cornfield out there and shit, and they play
No, the cornfield is already there in Iowa. The cornfield
okay,
is
so they
already
play in
there.
the cornfield, and they call it the Field of Dream game,
Yeah.
and they have ex players come out and like.
So this year they just had so it's two regular baseball games. It's two regular baseball teams, right? But they brought out a legend in Ken Griffey Jr. and his dad. They brought them out just to kind of recognize them. It had nothing, it just recognition for them two. You know what I'm saying? And then to do something different, they had the teams just come onto the field. They came through the cornfields.
Okay.
And then they played a regular baseball game. YouTube it right now. YouTube it right now, bruh.
Like some Children of the Corn shit to me. I don't know if I want to YouTube it.
It ain't no crazy shit, man. Just YouTube it. It's gonna pop up.
I know it's not no crazy shit. It's just they played in the cornfield. Is that the only?
You gotta watch the movie because they got the concept from the movie. But you
can
watch the game.
The only significant is they played in the cornfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
see, I like a cornfield game. What is it called?
God damn it. God damn it, Willie. It's called the Field of Dreams.
I'll YouTube it. I'll find out more about it.
I want to see your expression now. I want to see your expression now when you see it. Like that's why I want you to look at it now. And it's regular. It's regular, man. It's a regular game, bro. Yeah, so. And while you looked that up, I'ma just tell this is the last little topic. It's baseball.
When I start to put field it goes screen, field the screen. That makes sense. But let's go field the dream game.
Yeah. While you look that up, I'ma just tell the people this. Fernando Tatis, it was breaking news that he has been suspended for 80 games. My man was using illegal substances, so he has been suspended. So we don't know if he's going to play in the playoffs or not, but he's definitely out for the remainder of the regular season. And that is going to hurt the Padres' chances of winning it hurts the Padres, but we're going to see what they do moving forward. They just got Juan Soto. Juan Soto just came back to D.C. after being traded to the Padres. So we're going to see. Juan Soto is back in Washington, but he's in a different uniform.
What uniform?
He in the Padres. He got traded to the Padres. So the Padres play the Nationals. Yeah, the Padres play the Nationals. Yeah.
You making it seem like he back. He just playing here.
Yeah, he just playing here. He ain't back with the Nationals. Nah, I'm a fucking gone.
He ain't moving back. He just visiting this shit.
Yeah.
Back. We don't want you here no more.
So, yeah, man. But shit, we're gonna go ahead. Wrap this up. It's been fun. Willie has learned something new. You know what I'm saying? So I want to tell everybody, I want to thank everybody for watching the show, for listening to the show. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all our listeners and viewers. 613 Faye Productions, 613 DMV on social media. I'm Jae Jones. You can find me on social media platforms. Enter Jae Jones. G Money, again, you can hit him G Money Caveman on Twitter. Hit him on Twitter. He'll connect you to his Facebook page. And Willie, go ahead, shout out your social media names or tags.
Y'all see my phone, so I know y'all joning, right? So it's it's Willie Beeman on Facebook, you know. Yeah, I looked up that shit too, man. I ain't seen nothing, but it was Iowa something. I ain't seen nothing but a whole bunch of people of non-color, walking around. You see one person of color in Iowa walking around in that clip that I watched. Iowa.
Oh shit, man.
Shout out to Iowa.
Shout out Iowa, man.
613 Faye Productions. That's where you can find us Four Corner Wrestlers. I checked them out. I checked them out earlier when they was starting out and shit. But check out Four Corners of Wrestling, 613 Faye Production. Good shit. It was Soul Man. He was the host. Great, great introduction I watched. I don't know what episode I watched, but great, great introduction. Y'all check them out. They really, really great introduction. I was like, damn. Soul Man really, he usually chill. You listen to the name Soul Man, but when I watched him on that, okay, so I see you, I hear.
As my man, yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to our brothers in the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. They definitely new episode drops on Sundays. This you have been listening, watching the Man Cave Sports Podcast. G, we catch you next week, big homie. We out the door. Shut the door on their ass. Holla at y'all.
Deuces.